Well, we are thrilled to welcome you to our kickoff luncheon for the Glendale CVB for 2013. My name is Lorraine Pino. I'm the manager of the Glendale Convention and Visitors Bureau, and we are thrilled to see all of you here today. A special thank you, first of all, to our host for today, Jessica Reeves, General Manager of Tanger Outlets Westgate. We hope you're planning on sticking around for a couple of hours today because Jessica has some amazing surprises in store for us. Now, in keeping with all things social media, the Glendale CVB is live tweeting today's meeting, and we invite you to be a part of the tweet talk. Ginger Iden, who's right over here, wait, Ginger, Web Content Manager for the City of Glendale, is handling the tweet talk today, and we encourage you to be a part of that. Hashtag GCVB, hashtag GCVB. So if you're looking at your phone, I'm going to assume that you are tweeting. And something brand new that we're unveiling today for all of you here in the room, our members and our partners, is our Instagram. We are encouraging you to take a shot of your favorite West Valley scene and post it onto our Instagram page with hashtag Glendale CVB. In fact, we might feature your photograph on our Facebook banner, and to learn more about how you can post your picture on our Instagram, we have instructions in your packet for you. So please take lots of pictures and post to our Instagram. We are very pleased today to have Glendale's elected officials as well as state tourism representatives with us. And I'd like to take just a moment to introduce them to you. First, please welcome Glendale Mayor Jerry Weiers, we will be hearing from Mayor Weiers in just a couple of minutes. Also joining us are Glendale City Council members Yvonne Kanak, Manny Martinez, Gary Sherwood, Ian Hugh, and Samuel Shavira. Did that good, didn't I? Practiced.
Yeah, the mayor's like.
Right. We are also pleased to introduce Horatio Skeet, Glendale's acting city manager, and Julie Frazzoni, Glendale's executive communications director. Right over there. From the Arizona Office of Tourism, we have Director Sherry Henry, Assistant Deputy Director Karen Churchard, and Director of Community Relations Laura French. I'd like to take just a moment to thank the Arizona Office of Tourism and especially Karen Churchard for all the work they did this past year. As we're now leaving our centennial year and turning 101, we look good for 101, don't we? They really did such an amazing job this past year showcasing Arizona for our centennial. Thank you for all the work that you do and for your continued partnership. I'd like to also take a moment to introduce the Glendale CVB and Communications Department staff. First, Jerry McCoy, Deputy Communications Director. And all of you should know Terry Williams, our Membership Sales and Service Manager. And Miss Jessica Alexander, our Visitor Information Specialist and Social Media Strategist. Jennifer Stein, Senior Marketing and Communications Manager. And Jane Gauthier, our Creative Services Manager. It is now my pleasure to introduce Glendale's new mayor, Jerry Weiers. Mayor Weiers served 4 terms in the Arizona State Legislature, and during his tenure as a state representative, he chaired the National Resources as well as the Military Affairs and Public Safety Committees, and during his last 2 years served as Rules Chairman. Mayor Weiers also served on the National Conference of State Legislatures Military Sustainability Task Force and helped lead efforts to bring the F-35 to Luke Air Force Base. It is my pleasure to introduce Mayor Jerry Weiers.
I know they are.
Everybody's hands are still cold from the weather outside. Well, first of all, everybody, thank you so much for having me here. It's a real honor. On behalf of the City Council, I'd like to welcome all of you, of course, to Glendale Convention Visitors Bureau Lunch. Today's lunch is being held at our newest retail destination, obviously, Tanger Outlets Westgate. Although I've only been mayor of Glendale for a month, I know from my 8 years of serving on the Arizona State Legislature that tourism is big business for our state. And I'm going to go off script here a little bit. Karen, I don't know where you're at because I couldn't see where you were at whenever. Karen and I have a long history of working together, same as Sherry, and I've always enjoyed that relationship that we've had. And we worked hand in hand with the Centennial last year with the Centennial Copper Chopper. That was kind of my baby. So, at any rate, they know where my heart is, and it will continue to be there. At any rate, from my 8 years of serving with the Arizona State Legislature, that tourism is big business in our state. And thanks to the developments like the Tanger, tourism is rapidly becoming an emergent industry in the West Valley. We are home to 5 Cactus spring training facilities, the University of Phoenix Stadium, jobbing.com, Phoenix International Raceway, the Peoria Performing Arts Center, the Arizona Broadway Theater, great festivals, and more than 8,000 hotel rooms. That kind of surprises me when I heard that, being a kid that has grown up here since 1966. What a big change. We are in the West Valley, and we have so much that we can offer, and we want to do all that we can to continue increasing our share of that tourism dollars spent here in Arizona. During my brief tenure as mayor, I've already reached out to several of the other mayors in the West Valley to promote our regionalism. It's critical that we enhance our efforts in working together on projects that will help the entire West Valley, obviously our economy, to grow and prosper. Glendale CVB is doing just that, and it serves as an excellent example of regional cooperation at work. Nearly half of all of our members have businesses outside of Glendale. I believe that there is so much that we can do as a region, and I applaud all of you for working together. Through the efforts of CVB and its members, the West Valley's tourism industry is well positioned and poised to capture a large share of the visitor spending in the state as our economy continues to improve. Capturing visitor spending will be our goal when we host one of the biggest sporting events in the world. Think of this, Super Bowl 49, less than 24 months, about 23 months, 2015, so really looking forward to that. The West Valley will be in a much better position to benefit from the game than we were obviously in 2008, and I'm sure that all of you will be working very closely with Glendale CVB to ensure that all of our visitors have a fantastic experience while they're out here. And finally, the council and I fully support tourism initiatives being developed in Glendale CVB and are dedicated to bringing more tourism-related commerce to the area. With that, thank you so much. I've learned a long time ago, keep these things really short, people like that. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mayor Weiers. We truly appreciate your continued support and your leadership of tourism in Arizona and the West Valley. I probably won't keep mine so short, though, just so you know. I'll try to learn from you. Well, as you all know, we are getting ready for our busiest time of the year as our ballparks welcome spring training fans for spring training, and we are thrilled to have our next guest speaker with us today to share exciting Cactus League economic news. Mark Coronado was recently elected president of the Cactus League and is the Community and Recreation Services Director for the City of Surprise. Mark is also a current board member of the Phoenix Regional Sports Commission and a great partner and friend with the Glendale CVB. Please join me in welcoming Mark Coronado.
Well, good afternoon, and thank you for inviting me here today. Anytime that I get to stand up and be a cheerleader for the Cactus League It's truly a pleasure, and this is my 21st year in the Cactus League. I started out in Peoria. We opened up that facility in 1992, 93 with the Mariners and Padres, and I had the good fortune of going to Surprise before we even thought about spring training, and the Rangers and Royals showed up. So there's a lot of friends here in the room. I'd be remiss if I didn't talk or at least mention three very important partnerships that we have, the Cactus League. Ms. Henry with the Arizona Office of Tourism. We have the Arizona Commerce Authority. We have Mr. Sadler over here with the Arizona Stadium and Tourism Authority. That square of partners, I would call us, really work hard all year long to maximize spring training, the economic impact. And I get into this short, like Mayor Weiers says, a short speech and little talk here, talk about the 12-month impact as well, because the facilities we have in the West Valley and specifically across the state, the Maricopa County region, as they total 15 total teams. It truly, since 2007, there are some unique numbers to really bring to your attention. Historically, every 5 years, the Cactus League puts together an economic impact study that in partnership with AOT, with ACA, and the ASTA people and folks, we look to see where we've gone, where we've grown, what we've been able to accomplish, and where we need to improve. And we look for tendencies, look to see, who's actually coming to our facilities, where are they coming from, how long are they staying, and when they stay, how much are they spending? I was interested, as the Mayor just mentioned, that there's 8,000 hotel rooms in the West Valley. I've often wondered what that number was, and so I have something to go home with, and Surprise is always wondering why, in their short life, why we don't get the majority of that economic dollar for spring training. We do get some, about 10% of what the Cactus League brings forward, but we have 700 room nights in Surprise, and so when you look at that, it kind of it equals probably 10% of what we're actually drawing and what we're able to achieve. In 2007, we took our last survey, and what it showed was that the Cactus League was indeed increasing its impact in Arizona. But the 2012 numbers were staggering to say the least. Those pundits who say that the Cactus League, those are soft numbers, they really don't create an impact because those people are coming to Arizona to stay in your resorts, to visit the Grand Canyon, to go to Sedona. Well, the survey told the opposite. The survey said that almost 70% of those individuals who come from out of state to attend a Cactus League game specifically come for baseball, 70%. The survey also told us that up from 2007, our folks were staying about a day and a half longer, about 5.3 days compared to 4 days in 2007. What it also told us, and I'm sure the hotels in the community will get this, is it told us that the out-of-state visitor was planning their visit 90 to 110 days in advance of that first ball game. So it really started to show us a trend of those that are making plans in October, in September, to really visit Arizona. One of the things that I don't believe that we trumpet our horn enough, and I say our horn, I talk collectively the municipalities and the private entities that operate these facilities, is we talk about the 12-month, the 30-day impact, but we don't talk about the 12-month impact. Well, the 2007 survey showed that the economic impact of spring training was up about 17 to 20% and totaled about a $422 million impact, with more than half of that impact being in the West Valley. What we encourage the new board and the new board members is let's invest and let's measure what that 11-month impact is, the other 12 months, sort of total of 12 months a year. And the numbers were staggering as well. It totaled about $210 million. So when you equal the Cactus League during the month of March, and it's 11 months when we're hosting tournaments, events, we're hosting all the other things that our facilities hold, you look at an economic impact of about $632 million. To me, as I go around and have the opportunity to cheerlead for the Cactus League, to me, I'm sure Ms. Henry would agree, we're not just a tourist economic engine, we're an economic engine. $632 million in this great state, 12 months a year is nothing to close your eyes on. And it's our goal in the next 2 years during my tenure, in my term, is to really look forward to speaking to individuals and groups like yourself, to work with AOT and ACA and ASTA so that we become much more connected not only from a public relations perspective, but also from a political perspective, and that the Cactus League takes a more visual presence, a more day-to-day presence as a corporate partner of many of the corporations here in the Valley. And it can work, and it will work. And we are making changes. They seem subtle, but next week we hold our Cactus League lunch in Surprise. It'll be our first lunch ever. We've always had these breakfasts if you've ever gone, and sometimes it's like this morning when nobody shows up because it's so cold. And what these breakfasts have brought to us is what they have brought is really all of the people that work at all the facilities, and we kind of have one social in the morning. So we changed it up a little bit, and we decided to sell corporate sponsorships, and we decided to move it to a lunch to see if we could draw that corporate partner. I'm pleased to tell you that our RSVP list today is about 450. They're not just the Surprise Parks and Rec Department and the Glendale Camelback Ranch Rec Department and the Mesa Ho-Ho-Coms and the Surprise Sundancers and Diamond Club. They're businesses. They're businesses that have built our facility. It's Banner Health, it's Prasada, it's Sanderson Ford here in Glendale, it's HKS and Populous, the architects that have built many of these facilities. And the real goal for us was to raise enough money so that we could hire someone, raise funds so we could hire someone to represent us. The Cactus League has partnered with Chuck Coughlin in High Ground. We want Chuck to help carry the name at the state capitol. We want Chuck to help us with Robert Johnson, making us most visible in the Arizona Republic and in the publications. Because it's our goal that as Mr. Sadler works every day to continue to try and fund these great facilities and renovate these facilities, Mr. Sadler can't control that bucket of revenue. It's not there. Some days it's there, some days it's not. I always talk to Tom, and Tom says, I need to give you an update. And the update seems to be getting better and better, but the ASTA agreement also expires here in about 2030. And so if we take the example of what happened in Florida, these teams didn't migrate because someone showed up the day before and said, hey, I have a new facility coming. We need to work with the legislature. We need to work with ASTA in partnership, be a voice with ASTA, a partner, so that we can identify other funding sources to renovate these facilities. You know, when Glendale built their new facility, when the Reds and Indians moved into Goodyear, the bar was raised in the West Valley. I mean, Surprise is only 11 years old, and we opened in 2003. We built the biggest clubhouses in the Cactus League. They were 32,000 square feet. Now, the average size of a clubhouse is anywhere from 60 to 80 to 100,000 square feet. The technology of baseball has changed. The clubhouse used to be where you'd go before a ball game, have a sandwich, after the ball game, have a beer as a player, and go home. It's so untrue today. The technology, the therapy, the hydrotherapy, the cardio, all of the things, the video, all of the things that make baseball that cutting edge to be better than that next team down the street. So we have some work to do because partners like yourself will advocate and trumpet that horn, but there's a lot more to do. We look forward to carrying the message with our partners. We look forward to being a strong partner with ASTA to help them in their resolve to make sure that our facilities are renovated in a timely manner. Every 20 years is not acceptable. It's not acceptable to the teams. It's not acceptable to the municipalities who have to carry that burden. And we need to creatively and aggressively and cooperatively, and I say collectively, work together to find those options so that municipalities and the private entities can have other options to take care of what we call our community. You know, I tell the story in Surprise. There's a misnomer. You know, municipalities and all these private entities, they're putting all this money into all these facilities. And you know, it's on the back of the taxpayer. Well, I can't speak for other facilities, but I can speak for Surprise. This is my 15th year. And I can tell you that 65% of the time throughout the year, that facility is not used by the Texas Rangers and Kansas City Royals. It's used by my T-ball team kids. It's used by my Cal Ripken kids. It's used to host balloon festivals, to hold movie in the parks, to host picnics in the park, and that park isn't the park across the street, the park is the stadium. 65% of the time. The Rangers and Royals are there 35% of the time. So that facility truly funded with ASTA money, state money, but also with City of Surprise Municipal general fund dollars. It truly is an investment in the community, and it's paying off. So on behalf of the Cactus League, on behalf of all our partners, I want to thank you. I wanted to trumpet that horn, $632 million. I hope to be back, Elaine, in 5 years as a spectator watching the new Cactus League president come up here and say we're up to $750 million of impact, $750 million, and let's trumpet that horn and keep on waiting to hear that annual tradition of, hey, let's play ball. And it's coming here pretty quick in about a week. So please come out to the ballpark, support your team. The West Valley should be proud. But, we have, I'm not in the business of trying to compete with the East Valley, but we have these conversations. Well, why is everything in the West Valley these days? I said, well, guys, think about it. I mean, we have 15 teams, and 9 of them are in the West Valley. And that's really something to say about our community, to trumpet and to echo Mayor Weiers. Regionalism and partnership will get us to that next level and get us to that mountaintop of renovation, and we really look forward to working with all of you. And if we can ever be of any help to you, please let us know. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mark Coronado, for that great report on spring training. Mark brought each of you a little Valentine present. He's encouraging you to play hooky sometime in February and March to go out to Surprise to see a spring training game. So if you need a note for your boss, I'm good at forging notes. It's all good. Except for my CVB team. I know where you are at all times. Well, I would like to take just a moment to thank and introduce you to our partners who made today's meeting possible. A meeting like today takes a lot of people working together. And first, please help me in welcoming Mario Rochin and Diane Williams from the Glendale Civic Center.
Thank you, Lorraine. Good afternoon, everyone. We are delighted to be here. I am Diane Williams, a senior event coordinator at the Glendale Civic Center. I've been with the Civic Center for just over 12 years, having come from the hotel industry. I see a friend of mine that I worked with 12 years ago today. He's now at the Renaissance Hotel. So it just proves that these CVB mixers are great for just that. I also graduated from the School of Hotel Restaurant Management at NAU, so I bring to the Civic Center industry experience as well as that educational side as well. I truly love what I do, and I love all the planning that goes into the wide variety of events that we plan there. Some of the events that we host there are corporate meetings, trade shows. We also host social events such as weddings and holiday parties. I believe most of you in this room have probably been to the Civic Center, but for those of you that have not, I just wanted to take a moment to highlight some of the couple of highlights of the Civic Center. We're located in the downtown historical district of Glendale. We have about 40,000 square feet of meeting space that is flexible. We have the annex building that we added on several years ago that gave us the opportunity to branch into the conference market. We found a need that we needed a little bit more meeting space to compete with the conference market, and it's proved to be very, very beneficial for us there. We also have a full-service caterer and on-site audiovisual equipment. We can handle just about anything that a full-service hotel can offer as well. My colleague Teresa Hawthorne and I have a combined experience of over 40 years in the hospitality industry, so next time you need assistance in planning an event, please give us a call and we'll be happy to assist. With that, it's my pleasure to introduce our new acting general manager, Mario Rochin.
Thanks, Diane. I appreciate everyone coming here. I've been going on the 7 years with the city now, about 12 years in the hospitality industry. And I'm really excited to partner with everyone in the room as CVB partners. I want to talk a little bit about some of the things that we have going on at the Civic Center. Recently, we've just upgraded the carpet and throughout the whole facility. We've upgraded the ballroom chairs. We've gone through and updated all the new signage and kind of just given the building a sprucing up, kind of giving it a new facelift, making it a little bit more fresh. And this spring, we'll be installing an induction loop system, and it's new technology for the hard of hearing. And we feel really excited about this because we're one of the only public conference centers in Arizona to have this technology. So it kind of opens up new areas where we can reach a new audience and give that to clients if that's what they need for their groups. So we're really happy with that. I also want to talk about 2 new programs that we're doing. 2 new rental programs that are for events outside of the Civic Center. And one of those programs is a audiovisual program, which if you need mixers or speakers or microphones or any of that kind of stuff, we can have that available to you to provide for any kind of large-scale audiovisual production. The other program is a chair and table program, which would allow you to rent tables and chairs, staging, podium, pipe and drape, and a matter of fact, everything in this room was provided by the Civic Center. So if you have a need for this type of equipment, don't hesitate to give us a call. I also want to talk about, in 2012, we were ranked #1 by Ranking Arizona, Best of Arizona Business. It's a pretty good accomplishment for us. We're very proud of it because we're one of the only publicly, governmentally owned facilities going up against some very, very tough corporate competition. The new rankings for 2013 come out in a couple weeks. We don't know exactly where our ranking is going to be, but personally, I can tell you I feel pretty good about our chances. I don't want to say anything other than that, but I feel pretty good. Just leave it at that. I'd also like to extend to you an invitation anytime you need anything. If you need a tour or anything like that, feel free to contact us. Our information is in the packets that's at your seat, so if you ever have a need for an event or any outside rental or anything like that, feel free to please contact us. Thank you very much. Have a good afternoon.
Thank you so much for the Glendale Civic Center for making this room so beautiful. We couldn't have done it without you. Hopefully all of you are very full after that lunch today. Wasn't that wonderful from Jimmy Buffett's Margaritaville? I'd like to take just a moment to introduce you to Michelle Vivian. Michelle, where are you?
There you are.
Michelle Vivian, Sales Manager, Jimmy Buffett's Margaritaville.
Okay, well, hi, hope you enjoyed lunch. I'm the sales manager, as Lorraine said, at Jimmy Buffett's Margaritaville. So we can host groups from anywhere from 15 to 600. So we do a lot of corporate events, sporting groups, some social events as well. I have a few, some sales kits and some business cards over by the food if you need any information, if you want to pick that up on your way out. I just want to tell you about a couple of things that we have going on. In case you didn't know, February 22nd is National Margarita Day. So this is our holiday. Yeah, it's very exciting. So we have a lot of fun going on. We have margarita specials all day long. We also run a contest on Facebook, and then everyone votes on the best margaritas, and it goes throughout the whole country. And then we pick one margarita that we think's the best, and then that's our special margarita as well that we offer to everyone. And this year, it's pretty exciting. From 3 to 5, we're actually doing like a little margarita school where you could come in and you can order drinks, and the bartender will teach you how to make margaritas. So it's fun, and then you get like a little certificate that says you passed, and then you have to have the next party at your house. So that works great. So that's a fun event we have that's coming up. If you guys want to stop by, that would be awesome. And then we also always have live bands on Friday and Saturday nights if you're just kind of looking for a place to come and hang out. And then the last thing I have is in your little folders, we put one of our little guest referral cards. So these are great if you ever have any clients or anything that maybe don't want to per se book a group, but are just looking to kind of send some people in, you can just give me a call and let me know, and I'll give you guys some of these cards. And so they're really good. We have a couple different offers on them, and they could take advantage of them. So they get like a margarita for 25 cents, and then some discounts in retail as well. So I'd be more than happy to provide anybody with some cards. So, okay, thanks. That's all I got.
All right, we've just decided we're moving a satellite office to Jimmy Buffett's Margaritaville on Margarita Day. Please visit us there. Thank you, Michelle, for such a delicious lunch. We hope that you saved room for dessert. Yeah, that's real cupcakes and cookies right in the middle, so we don't want to have to take any back to the visitor center. Also want to send a special thank you to Glendale 11, our wonderful partners, for being out here today and for filming the event. Thank you to Glendale 11. Now it is my pleasure to introduce our 2013 Glendale CVB Advisory Committee. The committee is comprised of 9 CVB members representing various tourism-related industries in the West Valley. The group meets quarterly with CVB staff to help establish bureau priorities, evaluate the effectiveness of current programs, and advise us in the development of new services. Some of the committee members are here with us today. First, I'd like to introduce you to Matt Borowski, manager of the Spicery in our 1895 home. Jim Foss, senior vice president and general manager of the Phoenix Coyotes and Jobbing.com Arena. Tony Lindner, director of sales and marketing of the Hilton Garden Inn, Phoenix Avondale. Linda Moran Whitley, owner of Papa Ed's Ice Cream, the sweetest spot in Glendale. Alan Tuttle, director of sales of the Renaissance Glendale Hotel and Spa. Joe Soretta, vice president of the Soretta Candy Company. And yes, those are Soretta's French mints at your table. If you want to leave any of those behind, not a problem. And Bud Zomach, Director of Volunteer Services, Pastoral Care, and Gift Shops at Banner Estrella. We have 2 additional board members that couldn't be with us today. Steve Gerhardt, owner of Arizona Scenic Tours. He is actually doing a tour to Sedona today. And Mickey Olson, founder and director of Wildlife World Zoo and Aquarium. He's probably, I don't know, helping animals give birth or something. He's an amazing guy. We look forward to working with each of you to continue the ongoing success and promotion of the West Valley. Well, are you ready to hear about 2012? It was another record-breaking year for the Glendale CVB, and I'd just like to take just a couple of minutes to share a few of the highlights with you today. Well, media relations continues to be a priority for the CVB. In 2012, we pitched stories to travel writers and distributed monthly news releases to local, national, and international media. This resulted in nearly $1 million of earned publicity value just last year alone. These releases and pitches also improved search engine optimization on our visitglendale.com website, and this resulted in nearly 102,000 clicks to our online press room, which is a 7% increase from 2011. In fact, we averaged 2 positive media stories per week in 2012. In publications such as Sunset Magazine, U.S. Airways Magazine, Arizona Highways, Association News, Plan Your Meetings, Smart Meetings, along with Budget, Travel, and Expedia websites. In addition, we hosted more than 15 travel writers on individual and group FAMs and promoted the West Valley at media events in Los Angeles and Dallas to more than 100 travel writers and editors. A special thank you to Jennifer Stein, who manages all of our CVB media efforts. She did a great job last year. The Glendale CVB's paid media program grew in size and scope in 2012. We recently launched 2 new West Valley advertising campaigns targeting both the leisure market and meeting planners. We placed nearly $150,000 in ads, and it is important to note that 74% of these ad buys were funded by the Maricopa County Prop 302 grant program. The CVB's increased paid media buys generated 88,000 leads, a 54% increase from 2011. Those are pretty good numbers. And our visitor center continues to welcome visitors from all over the world. We had a 15% increase in walk-in visitors in 2012. Our top national origin continues to be the Midwest, and our top international origin continues to be Canada. And all of these visitors are welcomed by our fantastic group of volunteers. Our volunteer team always provides a warm welcome and provides the utmost in customer service. Our volunteers donated more than 2,200 hours of service last year, and we have several of them here with us today. I'd like to take just a minute to introduce Becky Shady, Lorraine Porta, Sue Bernston, Patricia Green, Nancy Hauk, and our newest volunteer, Neva Johnson, who just started last week and has already volunteered 3 days. Thank you for all you do. I had a few that almost wanted to quit last week because one of our new ads just pubbed in AAA that resulted in 2,000 leads in one day. That's a lot of envelopes, a lot of sticking, yeah. But you guys are gonna stick around, right? Okay, good. Because we have about 2,000 more. I didn't want to tell you. Well, our visitor center volunteers would love to help you be a tourist in your own backyard. And with Valentine's Day just 2 days away, we have included in your packets some great ideas for romantic getaways that don't include beeping, all in the West Valley. And what's really exciting about these romantic getaways, and there's some really good ones in there, is Jennifer Stein pitched this to the Arizona Republic, and they are actually going to publish our romantic getaways tomorrow. See how we're always working for you guys. Well, on the lodging front, we ended 2012 with a 3% increase in hotel occupancy. You know, this is a positive indicator that tourism business is improving with modest but steady gains, but it's really our members who continue to be our top priority. We now have 121 members and have a 97% membership renewal rate, which is nearly 25% above the national average. And it's important to note that 42% of our members are from outside of the city of Glendale. So this continues to show the impact we have throughout the region. And to end our year in review highlights in style, we are excited to debut the 2013 Glendale Regional Travel Planner. We have included a copy of the guide in your packet. This annual publication has taken on an added West Valley focus this year, featuring a locals guide and only in the West Valley editorial sections that were built by you, our members, who provided input on all the must-see things to see and do throughout the region. We have great things on the horizon as we prepare to be in the international spotlight once again for Super Bowl 49 and work to host more WrestleManias, BCS football championship games, and so much more. In fact, 2 CVB staff just returned from New Orleans, where they met with key sports and travel media and worked in Arizona's media booth. This critical work is just the beginning of our continued efforts to bring tourism west. Our success is because of you, our members, our partners, our advocates. We cannot thank you enough for all of your support of our programs and initiatives, and we look forward to your continued partnership. How about if we break more records for 2013? What do you think? Sound good? Well, you know it's becoming tradition at our meetings to give away really great prizes. You want to win some things? All right, Jess, I'm going to have you help us. We're going to make it super easy for you. Kim and Jennifer are going to be over there at the table, and if you are one of the lucky winners, just stand up, raise your hand, and they're going to bring you your prize. Sound good? Okay, first, many thanks to Jessica Reeves, who has provided some $40 shopping cards for Tanger, which we're going to be getting to in just a few minutes. First winner is Brian Frederick from Zetien Limousine. Stand and raise your hand. Fantastic. You're my new best friend. Yep. And our second $40 gift card winner is Councilmember Martinez. You keep on shopping Glendale, Councilmember Martinez. We have a wonderful gift bag collection from Kitchen Collection, so just in time for all those fun Valentine's cooking ideas. Laura French from the Arizona Office of Tourism. Congratulations. And then we have a beautiful floral arrangement from Glendale Flowers, located right in historic downtown Glendale. She does the most beautiful flowers. I was actually gifted roses last week from your shop. Jessica Sauceda, General Manager, Holiday Inn and Suites, Goodyear. You're going home with some beautiful flowers. And this is perfect timing. We have a warm, fuzzy blanket from Shonda and the University of Phoenix Stadium. We're gonna need it the next few days. And you're gonna need it, Miss Linda Moran Whitley from Papa Ed's. And our next gift basket is from Mr. Jim Foss from Jobbing.com Arena and the Phoenix Coyotes. This gift basket has some really cool stuff. We have some knit gloves. That would actually go good with your blanket. Oh, some wine, you know, some wine rings, a really cool banner, and oh yeah, a 12-person suite to the February 28th game against the Minnesota Wild. What do we think about that? Who is my new BFF? And that is Garnet Saylor from Quality Realty. Oh my gosh, fantastic. Thank you. All right, you've just made 11 new friends really quickly. Thank you to all of you who donated those wonderful prizes. You know, we have actually one more giveaway, but we're going to let Jessica Reeves do that honor, and then we might fight about it later in the parking lot, just so you know. I want to thank all of you once again for attending our CVB Lunch Club meeting today. What a great way to kick off the new year. What do you think? Are you all ready to do some shopping? None of you can leave. You all have to stay because we have such a shopping adventure in store for you. And it is now my pleasure to introduce our host for today's shopping adventure, Jessica Reeves, General Manager of Tanger Outlets Westgate.
She gives the best intros. Just make somebody feel so special. Well, thank you all for being here today. We're so grateful that you came to see us in our new shopping center. Any of you that tried to talk to me in November and December, I'm sorry that I probably didn't pay much attention, but now know that we're focused. We're ready to really create those packages. And again, for those of you that shopped with us over the holidays, thank you. Sales and traffic exceeded all expectations, and we had set some very high standards. Thank you. So you made that happen in January when Arizona traditionally sees quite the dive in retail. We haven't seen that. So we're very, very excited, and we're so excited about spring training and what we're going to see at the end of February and March. So we know we have great things ahead. Mr. Mayor, thank you for being here today. And I think you look fabulous. You're looking good. However, we need to make sure that you're always wearing some Tanger stuff. So if you could come on up here. Tanger always wears red, and Brooks Brothers is one of our most fantastic high-end stores here. So we ask that you sport your red Tanger tie from Brooks Brothers. Tanger ties. I should probably get those. And thank you, City Council, for being here, and a special thank you to the Civic Center for all of the tables and the chairs, and Margaritaville and Lorraine and your team for turning this empty white space into something beautiful. So we're so grateful that you put all of this together. Oh, yes, thank you. Ready? We have one final gift in honor of Valentine's Day. Ladies, keep it for yourself. Gentlemen, you will be a hero if you win this and take it home. I am so excited. We have a patent leather Coach handbag that we're giving away. I know. Is Lorraine's card in here? All right, are you ready?
Oh, 100 people are not going to like me. One person's going to love me.
Do you want to announce it? It's so funny.
I love it. Councilmember Hugh from the city of Glendale.
Oh, it's great. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Before they head out, I actually want to introduce a couple members of my team that are here today. Eric Victor, Assistant General Manager, and Lisa Martinson, Administrative Assistant. If I'm not here, they're the ones you go to, and they're going to scoot out right now to get things ready for our tour, so we'll see them in a moment. Before we go, everybody has an Enter to Win pad in front of your area. You're going to need this for the tour. It's not another Coach handbag. So I don't want you to it's a great gift, but it's not another Coach handbag. So make sure you fill this out before you go. Let's see. What you can do is if you want to leave all of your items in a room, that's fine. You can leave your handbags, your jackets, all of your goodies here. If you'd like, bring your credit card and do some shopping. We'd be forever grateful. So I'm going to give everybody a chance to go ahead and fill these out. We're going to take a quick tour. It'll take about 30 minutes. There's some activities and free giveaways along the way. If you're not able to join us, thank you so very much for coming. And for those of you that can, I'll meet you at the front door. Thank you.